Good morning. So I am starting my day off by appropriating one of Polly's no longer used little pill containers to put my tart cherry supplements in. They're a natural anti-inflammatory, so if you have kind of minor achy pain things like my knees kind of creaky, I've had knee issues since I think I was 14 years old, but I don't like to take medication like pharmaceuticals, so I kind of prefer to see if there's natural ways to fix it. Obviously, losing weight helps, so I am working on that. But in the meantime, the tart cherry supplement is also good for staying off any gout symptoms, and so again, those little aches and pains you might have. So, and I take 2 of them a day. So I thought, oh, I'll just use one of these and remind myself to take one every day, because I already had it in the house. Had my to-do list going. Got the new phones yesterday, charged them up, already plugged them all in, and yes, I'm one of those who reads the manual. It's probably in part due to the fact that I write instructional things for work. So I'm always miffed when you provide very explicit, step-by-step, photo-included instructions on how to do something specific, particularly something new, that people just opt not to read it. So, ow, just got my sleeve caught on my chair. I still have my robe on, yes. So I did read the manual, got everything squared away, and now I need to call our cable company to see if they can buy our landline phone number so I can turn that off, because that would save us $126 a month. And I think that's well worth it, because we already have cable phone. We're paying for it as part of a bundle because it was a deal. We pay less with it than without it. I know, don't even ask, it's bizarre. But then why pay for another phone on top of it? And I don't want to keep the phone number that we were given by the cable company. I'd really prefer to keep the number that we've had for the last 12 years. So that's on my agenda for today. I did resolve the issue. Actually, you know what? I think I have footage from yesterday that I did not use in yesterday's vlog, because I opted to just answer the question as to why I vlog. So I will insert at least part of the footage from yesterday explaining something that I was trying to resolve. There's a new, well, I'll just include that there next. And I had a I had a minor meltdown when someone called and said that we had to physically go in once a month to pick up my husband's prescription, a physical piece of paper, and the doctor's office is 20 miles away each way. And it had to be picked up between 8:30 and 4:30 Monday through Thursday. Those are regular business hours. We work and we're at our jobs, so yeah. But I did come up with a solution, which I have to say, I think is kind of brilliant. Polly laughed at me the entire time I was having this conversation with the RX refill nurse at the doctor's office, because he knew I would find a way to get it done, and I did. So starting November, that's the process we're going to follow, which I will share in the next clip, or the next 2 clips probably. So I'm going to tie this up pretty quickly. I have a project that I need to make today, so I'm going to, since we're having leftovers, I'm going to wrap things up. I am going to run out during lunch to see if I can get more grapes. We devoured the grapes that I bought, about 2 bags 2 days ago, and we ate a bag each day, essentially. One night we ate grapes for dinner, and sometimes you just crave something, so those really hit the spot. So fingers crossed they still have them, because they were 99 cents a pound. I did leave a couple of bags behind. I didn't buy them all out completely, so hopefully they have them. As a matter of fact, maybe I should not wait until lunchtime. No, I can wait a few hours. So I'm going to take my cherry pills, and next you'll see the footage from yesterday explaining the whole situation with the new regulations, new federal regulations that are effective October 1st, 2014. Hello. Can you hear the rain? It's 59 degrees out. It is not cold, but it's definitely cooler. It was 84 degrees the other day. So I decided today would be the chili day. I was going to make it yesterday, but it's definitely better that I do that today. Last night for dinner we had grapes. Literally, we ate, I think, 2 pounds of grapes between the two of us, and that's what we had for dinner. By the way, for those of you who are novice dog owners, grapes are no-no. Grapes and raisins. There's something in the skin of the grapes, both fresh and raisins, that is very, very bad for dog systems. Something doesn't get digested properly, affects their kidney functions, and the kidneys get shut down. So never grapes. Watermelon, cantaloupe, those kind of things are okay, but not grapes. And the moment we bust into grapes, like bite into them, Moses comes running, and you all know he loves fruits and vegetables, but it's definitely no. So I have several things that are going on already. I have chili in the oven. I did the chili step-by-step on video, so there'll be a link below if you want to check it out. I also have a playlist called Food Adventures. Anytime I make anything on video, I pop into that playlist. So if you're ever looking for something particular to make that you've seen me show in the past as our meals, feel free to peruse there. You can also do a search once you're in the playlist to take a look and see what I have available. What else is going on today? Today's October 1st, so there's a couple of new rules, some federal rules as well as some local rules, but the most impactful federal rule as of today for our household is that, and this is just so, I understand the logic behind it, but it's so inconvenient for those of us who are following the rules. As of October 1st, 2014, the federal government requires that any prescriptions that include narcotics, or the prescriptions that used to not be classified as these types of narcotics, have been reclassified. So any prescription that has this new classification, or that are reclassified as of today, and I'll link the article for you guys if you're curious to find out additional details, is required to be picked up in person. I don't know if any of you, I probably have mentioned this before. My husband has had a back injury on the job where it requires ongoing visits to a back specialist. He has nerve blocking epidurals every 18 months or so, and in between those he is treated for pain as a maintenance on a regular monthly prescription. That prescription used to be called in, so every month he would call the physician's office, they would call the pharmacy, and he would pick up the prescription. Now he has to physically go to the doctor's office. So here's the dilemma. His work hours, he has to be at work, I think by 8:20 or 8:30, and he gets out sometimes 7:30, sometimes 8:30, sometimes later. So there's no end time for him. It's whenever he finishes delivering all the packages on his UPS truck. The physician's office closes at 4:30, so they're only open 8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Friday. So that means that someone has to go to that office at least once a month, and pick up a physical prescription to bring to the pharmacy, because they can no longer be called in. You can't do mail order for 60 or 90 days. That left me really irked because that's the best that I can describe it. I was annoyed by the fact that we're following all the rules. He's been on this medication for the last 15 years. Every month goes through the same process, sees the physician twice a year to make sure everything's still on track. They had talked about surgery, but luckily his body's trying to mend itself, so the vertebrae in question where the pain is radiating from are fusing themselves to each other, but there's still pain. So he wakes up sore, and throughout the day as he's working, he becomes more uncomfortable, and the pain medication dulls the pain, never takes it away completely, but he's learned to live with it. So because of this new federal law, all of these types of narcotics, and I don't remember what class they are, what they're classified as, have to be picked up in person and cannot be issued for more than 30 days. So I'm trying to come up with a solution, and if they agree to what I'm going to propose to them, because I would rather not have to drive 20 miles in each direction once a month during my business hours, because I work full time as well, to pick up a script that he could be near, like the doctor's office and where Paulie picks up his UPS truck are, I want to say, like maybe 3 miles apart, maybe 2.5 miles apart. They're very close. But because a physician's office doesn't open until past when he has to be at work, there's no way he can stop in the morning. So I have a solution which I will share with you once I get confirmation that they're willing to work with us. So this, they grandfather us in for 1 more month. They called in his prescription for this month, but starting November, we're gonna have to figure something out. So I'm going to propose something to them if they agree to it, and they will work with us, because I can't imagine we're the only ones. Like, what if he didn't have a wife? What if Paulie was the only one? Well, what's he gonna do? Not get his medication because of this new regulation and the doctor's office is closed? So I was a little annoyed, and I was probably doubly annoyed because I had heard rumors about it, but I didn't realize it had passed, and then there was nothing that was sent out to anyone. There was nothing on the news, so unless I totally missed it. So, okay, my rant's over, and I will check in with you after my meeting and after I've had a chance to talk to that office to see if they're willing to work with us based on my suggestion. And if they are, I will share with you, well, I'll share with you what my idea was, even if they're not willing to work with us, because I think it's a pretty cool idea. And it doesn't require any extra cost on either end, but certainly saves the hassle. So I gotta run to my meeting, and I will check in with you guys later, and I'll give you a sneak peek at the chili. Well, I told you I would share a solution if it was going to be agreed upon with the physician's office, and they have. So the back specialist, or the orthopedic specialist, he's an orthopedic specialist who's been treating Paulie for 15 years. His office is inside a hospital. The hospital has a pharmacy, which is open on Saturdays. So they're just going to walk the prescription to the pharmacy, and we're going to fill it there, pick it up on a Saturday, so we don't have to worry about trying to make it in there Monday through Friday between 8:30 and 4:30. Easy peasy. I don't feel so bad. Once a month we could do that. There's plenty of things, errands that we could run on a Saturday in downtown Hartford. We can go over to Restaurant Depot. Like, there's all sorts of things we could do. We can maybe go out to lunch places we don't ordinarily do. So there you go. There's always a solution to a problem. You just need to see it as a big picture and see if there's other things that could be done. The fact that they couldn't mail a prescription because they won't do the, they said they don't know who's going to sign, who's going to be there to pick it up. I said, well, what about registered mail? They don't want to incur the cost, which I understand. But for us, it was just not a reasonable solution to try to take time off of work for either one of us to run over and pick that up. So Saturday is the solution. So there you go. Paulie's going to be thrilled when he gets up from his nap, and I tell him, because he's home today. Because he worked 11.5 hours yesterday and he could barely walk today. Poor thing. I feel terrible for him. But I'm going to reward him with some hearty, yummy chili. Should we go look at it? Let's go look at it. Oh, look, it's a bunt.